Hi.
Hi. So I had this great birth with a mom who was in labor, but the baby was face presentation.
Okay.
And the doctor said, this is going to be a C-section. We can't do anything about this. And I asked if we could have 2 hours. Mommy was fine. Baby was fine. So I went to Spinning Baby's site. I looked at everything. We followed it step by step. We did abdominal lifts and tucks. And then we did Walters, which was very difficult for Mom. But after 2 hours, the baby had flexed his head, had come down the birth canal, and she delivered just a few hours later.
So tell me more about the techniques that you used, and give me more specifics.
Well, the abdominal lift and tuck, the dad stood behind the mom and lifted her belly, and she did a pelvic rock and leaned into him for I think 10 contractions. We did that.
So the lift and tuck was like a lift and tuck and stay tucked throughout the contraction? Or was there a variety of lifts and tucks and rocking?
Staying tucked for the contraction.
And then
resting in between. And then
for 10 contractions.
Right.
What happened with that?
It was hard for Mom, hard for Dad, but they were really committed, so they wanted to do it.
Okay.
And then we did the.
So let me keep asking. With a posterior baby, what was your thinking behind doing the lift and tuck with a posterior baby as your first step?
Well, the baby wasn't posterior.
Oh, okay.
The baby was anterior, but face presentation.
Oh,
so
okay.
His neck was flexed back, and so he needed to come up out of the birth canal
and flex.
And he needed to flex pull his chin down.
Okay.
So, and basically, I was just following the directions to make sure.
So you learned that the baby was in this presentation because of what the provider assessed?
The doctor checked the mom and felt a nose.
Felt the nose.
Felt a nose.
How far dilated was she?
She was about 4 centimeters.
Okay.
Can you show a face presentation?
And I do that every time.
I think baby was somewhat like this because when the doctor checked the cervix, she felt the baby's nose.
Okay.
So we needed to move the baby up out of the pelvis and then back down into the pelvis in a better position.
Yep.
And so anyway, then the abdominal lift and tuck, and then the Walters where the mom laid down backwards, and it was so difficult for the mother because it was very painful for her to do it. But she was very committed, so she laid back, got the hips up. We did a really thick towel roll, got her up on the bed, and then she did 3 contractions with her legs hanging off the bed. And I really think that's what did it.
Okay.
And then got back up, and I think we did a few more abdominal lifts, and then she sat on the ball. We were hoping the baby was in the right place at that point, so she sat on the ball until she was checked again, and the baby was engaged. She was about 4 to 5 centimeters at that point, and then labor progressed really well from there.
So let me ask you, so in the room was you, the mother, the partner, and that was it? Or was the nurse in the room with you?
For the most part, she was not. We told them we were going to do some positioning to try to help the position of the baby, and she said, "Well, I'll come in when we need to monitor." So, but mostly they left us alone for that time frame.
And the mom was not on the monitor; they were just monitoring periodically.
She was periodically during that time, but not for the whole time because I don't think we could have kept the monitor on with all the things we were doing.
Okay.
But anyway, it was awesome. The doctor came in and said she had never seen it happen before. She had never seen